So this is how to grow your audience online, because really we only need two things. And when we have these two things, growing your audience becomes pretty straightforward. So we need to know who your target audience is. Then we need to know where they congregate on the internet. When we know both of these two things, it becomes just really straightforward. So what is an audience? So obviously it's a group of people who visit your website or your blog or your Medium article or whatever it might be. But they need to do something, right? So first of all, they'll consume your content, because we can have people visit your blog, let's say, and then they'll bounce. So they'll visit and then they'll leave pretty quickly. That's not your audience. Okay, that's bounce traffic. We don't really count that. So we need people who will consume your content, become engaged with it, and then take action. So we have people who obviously consume your content, but then we have people who share or comment. They engage, they interact with that content. Then we have the next level, and these are people who convert. They convert into leads. Now, your lead database, your email list, this is probably the most important aspect in growing an audience, especially if you want to grow a business on the internet, because it's your leads that convert into customers. And I'll walk you through that process in a few minutes. But among these people, we also have evangelizers. Now, evangelizer marketing is a whole separate area. It's actually a science. And to really get people to evangelize you and your content, well, what they do is they go out and they promote it on your behalf for free, because they love it so much. Now, the way to convert people into evangelizers is to get them to see the wider benefit. So how your content or how your mission makes the world a better place. If you can tap into that, then you can convert your traffic into evangelizers. So these are the people that buy all your stuff, they comment, they interact. Right? It's the best type of audience to have. But on the flip side, we also have haters. Haters make up your audience as well. And they're valuable, right? Don't discount the haters. People complain about getting haters, but having people dislike what you're doing, it's a good thing, because you're polarizing your audience. So if you have a small segment of your audience that dislikes what you're doing, but they keep coming back to consume your content and then to kind of lay into you a bit, that's a good thing, because it creates debate, it creates engagement, it polarizes your audience a little bit, and it makes the people who are on your side, which will be like 99% of people, it makes them closer to you. They align themselves stronger to you as a result of these haters. So embrace haters. It's a side effect of having a successful business or a successful online presence. But we can break it down even further. So we have different types of audience. So let's start with the most common one out there. This is a local audience. You've seen them, right? Local Facebook groups and local pages just for a geographical area, right? And we have in that group, we also have buy and sell groups. They make up part of that audience. We have local news sites, in particular, the comments section of these local news sites. You can find your target audience there. If you have, well, let's say a business that just deals with your local geographical area, this is how you find that audience. We also have the Nextdoor website or the Nextdoor app, and that has proven itself to be a valuable traffic source in building a local audience. So the next level is campaigns and issues, and this is really where I started to cut my teeth, as it were, in marketing, because I got involved with campaign issues, started developing strategies and learning strategies behind the scenes with these kind of communities. So you can find these communities on Facebook. We have Facebook groups. They're usually private, and that's okay. You can embed yourself in these. We also have forums, things like parenting, money, health. We have independent blogs, and the comment section of these blogs. We also have hashtags, so we can use hashtags to find our target audience for campaigns and issues. And these are very important issues that people care about. So next we have hobbies and interests. Again, you can find them on Facebook groups. Quite a lot of these are open. So some are private, many are private to be fair, but you'll tend to find more open groups where you can actually see what's going on. We also have forums, so hobby and interest forums like sports or cars or marketing or whatever the topic is. And then we can find our target audience again with hashtags. We can use Reddit. Absolutely love Reddit to drive traffic. I've cracked the code. I'm going to speak more about that at some point, but Reddit is probably the best place on the planet to find your target audience. Marketing to Reddit, whole other ball game. If you're not prepared, if you're not strategic with it, it'll blow up in your face, and your account will get banned. But that's a whole separate issue. We've also got Slack communities. They're very good for finding your target audience. So these are the types of audiences that exist. But let's go a bit further because we need to know a few things. So we need to know the demographics of your audience, and we need to know the psychographics. I'll explain the difference with both of these. So demographics are things like age, gender, income level, geolocation, where your audience exists. So this is basically who wants your content or who wants your products or whatever it might be. This is the who. Then we have the psychographics. So things like their behavior, their beliefs, their interests, their values, and their goals. So this is why they want your content. So demographics are the who, psychographics are the why. And in my opinion, the psychographics are much more valuable than the demographics because we're dealing with beliefs and values and goals. It doesn't really matter who it is. It's all about what motivates them. It's the driver behind why they want to achieve or whatever problem they want to solve, why they want to achieve X, Y, or Z. So your psychographics, much more important in my opinion. So to find the psychographics of your target audience, we can do social listening. So we can go to answerthepublic.com, get a whole heap of data from that website. You get, I think it's 3 free searches at the moment. So it's pretty easy to use. Let's say we're in digital marketing. Oh, well, let's go with content marketing, if I can even spell it right. So content marketing. I'm going to choose my location. I'm going to go with the USA. I'm going to leave the language as English, and then I'm going to hit search. And now it's going to bring back a whole heap of data that I can use to target my target audience. And it will bring back this wheel. So these are all the questions that my target audience are asking right now. It's going to give me the cost per click. It's going to give me the search volume, valuable data to have. And if I scroll down, it's going to give me so many content marketing ideas. So if I keep scrolling, here we have all these suggestions. Now this is proven, this is solid data. So we're not relying on guesswork. And of course, we're not going to get the search volume or the cost per click for free. We have to upgrade for that. But, we can find that in other ways if we want to. But all we're really doing is looking for specific ideas on how to target our ideal audience. We also have kwatch.io, another fantastic way to discover what your target audience are talking about, what they're concerned about. So we can monitor specific keywords on Reddit, Hacker News, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So here I can add, let's go with content marketing. We can add additional filters if we want to. I'll leave it up to you to decide what is best for you. And then I'm going to hit add keyword. And now every time it's mentioned on Reddit, we're going to get a notification so we can go visit that thread and keep an eye on what people are talking about. Now, you might want to get a little bit more specific than I have here. I'm just doing this for demo purposes. I'm going to leave it up to you to decide what is best for you. and we have Google Alerts as well. I have Google Alerts set up, so every single day I get multiple emails coming through that tell me about what my target audience are talking about day to day. So I know what's going on in my space. So head over to Google Alerts, put in your keyword here, then we choose your options. So how often do you want to receive this information? If you want to act really quick and be like the first to arrive on the scene, choose as it happens. So the instant it gets published, well, the instant Google picks up on it, you can then go and then promote your content or deliver value or however you want to market yourself in front of your target audience. You can do at most once a day or once a week. There's a few other filters here. Explore those in your own time. And then if you're happy with the output here, click Create Alert, and then it's going to send you emails according to your specifications. We also have Amazon reviews. Let me show you how to do this. Let me walk you through using Amazon reviews. All right, so head over to Amazon, put in your keywords here, then go to all, scroll down to books. We want to find some books that have got a high number of comments. So go to sort by, change that to average customer review. And now we've got a lot of books that have got a lot of comments. So let's go with this one. Let's click on that. Scroll down to, so we've got the customer review section, which is an absolute gold mine of information. And on some listings, Amazon will use AI to make a summary of the comments, which can be useful. But what I encourage you to do is get the information yourself. So we've got 5-star reviews and then 1-star reviews and everything in between. What I want you to do is go to the middle, so maybe 2 or 3-star, click on that. And what we're looking for are more balanced reviews. And what we're looking for are issues that people have with this book, but also with the topic, with the niche. You can address these big concerns, the big issues that people have, and you know where to improve your content. So it's better than what other people are doing. So spend a little bit of time in the 2-star and the 3-star reviews. So here you're going to uncover lots of objections, the things that tend to hold people back. Now we go to the 5-star reviews and we find out what people absolutely love, so we know what we need to do more of. So now we have this very balanced approach where we know what people dislike, so we can make changes about that. And now we know what people do love because we're looking at the 5-star reviews, so we can do more of that. Or we can find potential gaps in what we're doing and find areas where we can improve. So that's a really powerful way to understand your audience. But we've also got Reddit. Again, I keep coming back to Reddit because it's so powerful. So this is how to use Reddit to listen to your audience to get a good idea of what their concerns are. So go to a subreddit according to your niche, scroll down, find a topic that you believe is going to be of interest to your core audience. And what we need to do is find a topic that has got lots of comments. So here we can structure how it brings back the data. So we want to go to top and then explore some of these threads. This one could be a good one. Spend 50k on Google Ads. No idea what they're doing. So we've got a good number of comments here. And what we want to do is go to sort by, click on that. And we want to go controversial. And now you're going to get the comments that people feel strongly about. You're going to get to the real heart of the issue. You're going to find comments and topics that polarize people, which is a good thing to find. Then we've got surveys and polls. So if you have an email list, run a survey on your email list, or run a poll, or reach out to people in your space. You can run polls on Reddit if you want to. I think that's one of the most powerful ways to really understand what your target audience are concerned about. So run a poll, use data. Everything we do here is data driven. We don't leave it up to chance. Okay, we don't rely on hope marketing. we use data, so we know what the end result is going to be, so we know that we are going to be successful. Okay, so we can use Reddit, we can use SurveyMonkey, we can use Facebook, we can use Typeform. And another good way to get this data is to interview your existing customers. So if you have people that are engaging with your content or emailing you, talk to them, ask them questions, discover really what motivates them to take action. And when you have this data, you'll know how to communicate with other people. I'll give you a framework for that in a few minutes, but you'll know how to communicate with people in the right way to motivate them to eventually become converts and customers. So to motivate audience growth, we need three things. We need them to do three things. So first of all, we need to get them to click, visit your website, visit your blog, or whatever it might be. Okay, then we need them to engage. So we need them to follow you, we need them to comment, we need them to like or share or do something, right? Ideally, we want them to then convert into either a lead or a customer, right? There's a strategy, a way to make them do this or encourage them to do this. We can't make anyone do anything they don't want to do, but we can encourage and motivate them. So we click, we get them to click, encourage them to engage, and then motivate them to convert. Get them to do those three things in that order. Okay. So this is the audience growth framework. So we start with the click, and then we move them from clicking all the way over to converting. And you'll notice that the line here gets thinner the further it goes along, because what we're doing here is we start with quite a few people coming in at the click stage. We get their interest, but then as the sequence goes on, fewer people make it towards the end, and that's a good thing, because what we're doing along this process is qualifying our customers or our leads. We're qualifying our audience, and this is what drives success, because if you're not qualifying your leads, then you're dealing with people who are not interested in what you have. Okay, they might be interested at one stage, but when we get over to the end stage, if they're not interested, they're not going to convert. And a lot of the people that I meet along my journey, they try to target to the click stage, the people who are not really that interested in the core offers. So of course, what happens? Well, they fail, right? And then people don't succeed with their internet businesses, and then they give up because it doesn't work. It's because they're targeting the wrong segment of their audience. So this is how you can target the right segment so you do have growth, so you do make revenue online. So first of all, we have to bring people in. So we can use curiosity or promise to get them into this sequence. So we can use attractive headlines, something that's going to make them think. We can use memes, a very popular way of getting your message out there. We can use infographics. Listen, I've got loads of ways that you can get traffic and build your audience using infographics. If you want me to share that information, tell me in the comments. I'll create a separate tutorial for you. We can use video shorts, so we can distribute them on Instagram, on TikTok, even on YouTube now. And we can use ads to generate these clicks. So we tap into curiosity. We tap into curiosity to generate that interest. Then when we have that interest, we need to educate them, right? We need to give them value. So a good way to do this could be through social media posts. It doesn't really matter how we do it. I'm just giving you a few ideas here. So we could use forum threads. We can create content on forums or Reddit, whatever it might be, to generate this interest, to get them to realize that there's a problem that needs to be solved and there's a solution to that problem. We can post questions. We can just ask the question. By merely asking someone a question, you're planting an idea in their head. Politicians and the media do this all the time. We can use blog posts or educational videos. We can use podcasts. So they're the big ways to distribute content to your target audience. Now we move into the convert stage. We've got MQL content. So MQL stands for Marketing Qualified Leads. So Here we begin qualifying people. So we've educated them. So we've got their interest and curiosity. We've brought them in. We've educated them a little bit. And now we want to convert them. But we only want to convert the right type of people. So that means we need to repel everyone else. And that kind of refines, it purifies the audience. So we're dealing with the right type of people who are more likely to take the kind of action that we want them to, the kind of action that's going to be beneficial for themselves. So we can get them to follow us on social media. We can ask them to opt into our newsletter, or we can provide some kind of gated content like a lead magnet or something that they need to take action. So in order to get, so they either have to share the content to get access. I don't really recommend that unless you're going for viral growth. But if you want to build a database of leads, which I do recommend you do, then they need to opt in. So they have to give you their email address in order to get this special content. So we can provide that in the form of a mini course, a blog article, some kind of piece of content, right? A PDF. We can use free trials to do that, and we can also use an onboarding sequence. This is probably the best way to do it. Have a dedicated onboarding sequence that will lead your leads into becoming customers. If you want me to create more content, more tutorials about that particular type of sequence, tell me in the comments. I'd be delighted to create that for you. But I need to know that is the type of content that you want to consume. That's going to be beneficial to you. Once they've opted in, once they've qualified themselves, they become sales qualified leads. So that's what SQL stands for, sales qualified leads. And then we have specific types of content that will appeal to people who are at the consideration stage, who might be willing to convert into customers. So the best way to do that is to handle their objections. So if you think of objections as barriers that prevent your audience, your leads, from becoming customers, you need to highlight these objections. You need to tackle them head on. You need to know what they are so you can tackle them and then help your audience overcome those obstacles. So you smooth it out. You remove the lumps. We handle the objections. We can also provide case study reports. So if we're promising specific results, where we can show how you've either done it for yourself or how you've helped other people. So we share their strategies, their specific journey. Or we can just share stories. We can use before and after journeys to show the transformation. As long as it overcomes obstacles and makes specific promises, your conversions should be okay. We can also provide quick wins. So again, this is educational content, but it's not too in-depth. It's little short, very easy to use little quick wins that help someone to move the dial just a little bit to encourage them to become a customer, because the best way to convert someone into a customer is to give them results in advance. That's what Frank Kern calls it, results in advance. So we give them stuff already up front before they become a customer. We demonstrate that we can actually help them. And then in doing so, when they get the quick win, they can see that we know what we're talking about, that you are the real deal, and they should listen to you and they should trust you enough to deliver on your promises. So we can deliver quick wins. Another way to convert leads into customers is to use fear. Controversial method, but fear is a proven motivator. Now, a good way to inject fear into a situation is to be real. Be 100% realistic with your audience and focus on the cost of not taking action. So someone wants to lose weight. We can focus on, well, what is the cost of not losing weight? You're going to have health issues, a lower quality of life. And we stack all these real world issues that they could face if they don't take action. And we remind them of why it's important for them to solve this problem. We use fear, but we use it in an ethical way. In fact, it's beneficial to them if they take action. One more way that we can convert leads into customers is to use scarcity. So we can have a limited offer or time limited bonuses. Something has to change about the offer if they don't take action. And this is to motivate them to become a customer in a decent amount of time, because we don't want to have an offer that runs forever, right? Because then there's no reason for them to buy. They'll just put it off. They'll think, well, I'll come back in 2 weeks and get it, and then they'll forget about it. So we want to eliminate that, and we want to give them a reason to buy pretty quickly. So we use scarcity or urgency to motivate them to do that. So we have time limited offers. So when you compile all of these strategies together, you should see tremendous growth with your online audience. And one of the key ways to grow an audience is, well, you have to tap into traffic. You need traffic to convert into an audience. If you don't have traffic, you can't grow an audience. So I'm going to give you a traffic strategy. It's the formula that I have used. I still use it today. It's proven to work. Get it for free when you click in the description. There's a link in the description. Go down, click that, or go to profitcopilot.com/traffic and get that for free right now. Okay, thank you for being here with me today. I will hopefully see you again very soon. Take care. God bless.